with a loot box free guarantee. It's the Life is Casual Gamers podcast.
Hello. My name is Matt, doing the Life is Casual Gamers podcast here. If you've heard the podcast in the past, this is technically episode 1, but it's not. We used to be a podcast with 3 people. It was myself and 2 of my friends, but due to scheduling conflicts, we kind of decided to stop doing it, but I still want to do it. I'm going to start off as a solo podcast from now on. We're going to be a little bit more family friendly and focus on the things that matter and keeping you informed with the gaming industry from a casual gamer's view. So we're actually going to be a little bit more organized this time around as well by breaking the podcast down into 3 segments. We're going to have Noob News, where we keep you up to date with what's going on in the gaming industry. We're going to be doing a segment called Geek Out, Freak Out, where, well, I'm just going to geek out about something, whether it's games, movies, TV shows, or comedy, and maybe you get some useful recommendations out of that, hopefully. And then something called Thoughts and Prayers. You're going to hear more about that coming up later in the show. You'll kind of get the gist of that as well. All right, let's start things off now with Noob News.
Noob News.
So if you're done with Fortnite, PUBG, Blackout, and all those other Battle Royale games out there, the good news is, no, the genre's not dead, but there is a new one to play. If you've been online, you've probably heard of Respawn's Apex Legends. This is the hottest game right now, at least over the last couple of days. It's a new Battle Royale game. Gamers going banana for. And it may have something to do with the fact that it actually has something different and original from a Battle Royale game. What? Something original from a Battle Royale game? No way. Yeah, so you'll have different classes called Legends in this game. And you can actually choose which legend you want to be, and different abilities will complement your friends' abilities when you're playing in squads. Almost like Overwatch a little bit, which is really cool. My friends have tried this out already. I'm waiting to try it out tonight. I cannot wait to play this game, and hopefully it lives up to the hype that it's been getting over the last couple of days. This game is free to play, but that does mean loot boxes, which is probably about the only time that I'm okay with a loot box, or that it's remotely acceptable. You know, if it's a free-to-play game, yeah, the developer needs to make some money somehow, so they make it through cosmetic add-ons. They're not mandatory, but if you're selling a full-price game, it better be the full game. I don't want any loot boxes in a game I paid full price for. Good news, though. We won't have that with this. It's a free-to-play game. Respawn has also released a statement, though, because of the loot box, saying that EA has had no involvement with the loot boxes. I love it. I love that it just needs to be said, like, hey, yeah, we're doing loot boxes, but ease up. Take it easy on EA. This isn't their fault. It's on us. The most interesting thing about this game, though, is that it takes place in the Titanfall universe. Have you ever played Titanfall or Titanfall 2? Great games. But don't get this game confused for Titanfall 3. The studio's already ruled out a Titanfall 3, but Respawn CEO has said that the studio is working on more Titanfall content. So what does that mean? Hopefully Titanfall 4. Yeah, please, come on. You know, I know they already said they're not doing Titanfall 3, but they never said anything about Titanfall 4. Womp womp. Okay, now I'm getting my hopes up, but I hope that we get some sort of Titanfall 3 style game. My final thought on this, though, is that it seems like there's actually not a lot of people too upset about this, which actually surprised me as well. Because it's not in Titanfall game, but it takes place in the Titanfall universe, and it's from Respawn. Whereas Fallout 76 had major backlash. Yeah, it wasn't your traditional Fallout game, but it was a standalone from Bethesda. Almost like this is a standalone in the Titanfall universe, but it's not a Titanfall game. I don't know if it's because of the quality of the game as to why one got backlash and the other one didn't, or if it's because Bethesda branded 76 as a Fallout game, whereas Apex Legends isn't branded as Titanfall Battle Royale. What do you think? Why do you think there's backlash over Fallout 76, but none on Apex Legends? You can tweet us at LACG Pod. Xbox Live is coming to Nintendo Switch and mobile. Soon you may be able to play with your friends regardless of their choice of gaming platform, which is exciting. Of course, unless they're PS4 users. Xbox Live is coming to Nintendo Switch and to mobile. They're making it so that game developers can now combine Xbox Live with their games that are playable on Xbox One, PC, Nintendo Switch, iOS, and Android. So you'll be able to unlock Xbox Live achievements while playing on Nintendo Switch or on your phone, but you'll also be able to connect with your friends on Xbox Live and from each device, and of course, crossplay, the most exciting thing here, being able to crossplay with your friends regardless of the platform that they choose, unless they chose PS4. But you know what, though? This shouldn't be too much of a problem. I don't understand why this is such a huge deal when most people play on more than one platform nowadays. I mean, I play on several platforms. You know, if you have a PS4, there's a good chance you also have a PC. So, we should actually be learning more about this Xbox Live coming to Nintendo Switch and mobile in mid to late March at the Game Developers Conference. A big game was released on January 29th. Of course, I'm talking about Kingdom Hearts 3. Fans were waiting a very long time for this game, and it shows it's officially the fastest-selling game in the franchise history. You can grab your favorite Disney characters and jump right on into it. They've sold over 5 million copies since releasing January 29th. There's 8 Disney theme worlds for you to explore, which is really exciting, especially if you're a fan of Disney and Disney movies and their characters. You can explore the worlds of Frozen, Big Hero 6, Hercules, Pirates of the Caribbean, Winnie the Pooh, Tangled, Toy Story, and Monsters, Inc. Of course, once I get this game, I will not be leaving the Toy Story world. If you did buy the game already and you've yet to beat it, well, you're in for a lot of fun, because besides the Disney nostalgia, the game will take about 30 to 35 hours to finish, and that's just the story. Yeah, tons of side missions as well. And come on, who doesn't want to spend more than 35 hours hanging out with Buzz Lightyear? Fun little fact for you, Buzz Lightyear, way cooler than Woody. I don't care what anybody says. It's also officially February, still pretty early on into February, but mid-February is an exciting time for video games. We have some huge releases this month. In fact, 90% of them are on the same day. Look out for February 15th, Far Cry New Dawn, Crackdown 3, Jump Force. Fan of Dragon Ball Z, you're going to want that one. Metro Exodus, all being released on February 15th. And Anthem will be released on February 22nd. February is definitely an exciting month for gaming, and I don't know where I'm going to get the money to be playing these games. Or the time. The time is another one. We also have some free games that you can spend your time on if you are still paying off those Christmas bills. PS Plus, the games for February, 2 big ones. Hitman Season 1 and For Honor. Of course, you can play For Honor before For Honor 2 gets released. And Xbox games with gold. For the first half of February, you'll be able to play Assassin's Creed Rogue. And for the second half of February, Star Wars Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy. So we got some really great free games for February. I'm absolutely loving the free games that have been coming out for PlayStation more specifically. Although I find that I keep downloading every single free game, and my library is just filled up with games that have yet to even install. Yeah. I need to find more time to beat all these games. Who has the time, right? And that's all your noob news for this week. Rolling into our next segment.
Geek Out, Freak Out.
Each week there's something I go crazy for, and I want to share that with you. so you can spend some time geeking out with me. I'm a huge fan of games, movies, TV shows, especially comedy. I feel like comedy is just an art form. I'm a huge comedy geek, and I loved Everybody Loves Raymond growing up. I loved it so much that when I was in high school, I pretty well broke up with my girlfriend because of it. Basically, after school, I'd go home, she would call me up every day after school. We'd be on the phone, she'd be talking, and I just wanted to sit at home and watch the 2 to 4 episodes of Everybody Loves Raymond before getting to my homework and eating dinner. She would want to talk, so she would call me each and every single day, and each and every single day I did the exact same thing. My high school girlfriend would call me, and I would just be like, yeah, pretending I'm listening. She'd be going on and on and on about her stories, and I'd put the phone down for a little while she was talking, and then eventually I'd pick it up and I'd listen to the last thing she said, and I'd ask her a question about the last thing that she said, get her talking some more, and then give her the yeah, ask her a question again. The entire time, though, either I'm giving the ahas or I have the phone down on the couch and I'm watching Everybody Loves Raymond. And then I'd get caught because I'd start laughing and she'd hear me in the distance laughing. Are you watching Everybody Loves Raymond again? Hello, I'm trying to tell you a story over here. I'd be like, no, I'm not watching Everybody Loves Raymond. I can hear you. I can hear it. So yeah, that was my entire high school relationship. Didn't end too well, and I think it's needless to say, I love Ray Romano. Well, Ray Romano came out with a comedy special today, the day that we're recording this, and at work, I went home for lunch, and I watched the comedy special, and I just gotta say, it is 10 times better than I thought it would be. I absolutely loved it, and he kind of goes into some adult topics. Way more adult than I thought that Ray Romano was. To be honest, I thought that his comedy was a little bit more family friendly, but a lot of sex talk and masturbation and it's amazing. He's hilarious. He's actually brilliant. And another thing is the characters on Everybody Loves Raymond, a majority of them are actually named after his family members. And a lot of them look like his family members. It's actually quite uncanny. I did not know that. So if you want to check it out, in the comedy special, he starts it out with half of his set is in one location of the Comedy Cellar in New York, and then the other half is in the other Comedy Cellar location. So it's cool that he kind of breaks it up and talks about different things, but he always calls back to things that he said earlier in his set, and it just had me howling. It was great to wake me up to get me through the second half of my workday. If you're looking for some good comedy, definitely go and check out Ray Romano's special. Right here around the corner is what it's called. And I got to really give a big shout out to basically every single comedian that's on Netflix. They've been putting out great content. And a shout out to Netflix for signing on to these deals. Because seriously, normally when you watch stand-up comedy, it's way better in person. Watching it on TV, it's not as funny. But when you start getting these Netflix specials that have you laughing on the couch by yourself, that's how you know, 1, it's a good comedian, 2, it's a great special. There's also Sebastian Maniscalco came out with his Netflix special not too long ago, and my friends were telling me that they loved it and that they thought it was hilarious, but I thought it was funny. I didn't think it was hilarious. Comparing it to the other Netflix specials that have been out recently, like, Ray Romano, Chris D'Elia's comedy specials, Joe Rogan's comedy special, even, I can't remember her name, Liza something or Eliza, The Elder Millennial. The special is called The Elder Millennial. I'm forgetting the comedian's name right now, but go and watch that. That was hilarious. There's so many great Netflix comedy specials out there that the bar is kind of high. Actually, this weekend I watched the Gabriel Iglesias special. That was hilarious as well. Fluffy's great. So many great comedy specials on Netflix. I guess that's what I'm geeking out and gushing out about. So go and check those out. I definitely, for this week, recommend Ray Romano's new Netflix special, and go back and watch Gabriel Iglesias' new one as well. Check them out between gaming sessions. Time now for our final segment.
Thoughts and prayers.
Yes, thoughts and prayers. Where are you going with this, Matt? Thoughts and prayers, the most common phrase after something crazy happens in the news. Nothing really crazy is happening, but I do want to give you my final thoughts and what I'm praying for, what I'm wishing and hoping for, at least when it comes to gaming. Yeah, nothing bad has happened in the news that we're touching on, but my thought for today, with all these games releasing on February 15th, what will I have to do on Valentine's Day to make sure I have enough brownie points to play even some of them? And my prayer is that I pray that I have the time and money to play even just one. Do you have any thoughts and prayers about this podcast? If you do, leave a comment. Let us know your thoughts and what you pray that we add in the future. Also, please give us a follow on Instagram and Twitter and a like on Facebook. Subscribe to the show. Share it with your friends. We'd be so eternally grateful for that. Thank you so much for listening to the first episode of the Life as Casual Gamers Reboot. We'll see you again next week.